Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming. So I have another Blood Bowl team showcase for you today. So you can see this is another human team that I've painted up. I've actually done these for a friend at my local gaming club. So these are the Cotanesburg Comrades is the name of the team. As you will know if you've been following a lot of my Blood Bowl videos, I'm actually in a league at my local gaming group, which is in its third season. So I've got my Chaos Dwarfs in that league this season, but this team has been in, I think, either 1 or 2 seasons, so there's already some sort of narrative to a few of these players, which you tend to get when you're playing Blood Bowl for a couple of seasons. As your players start to develop or pick up injuries, you start to build a bit of backstory to it, because it's just what you do. It's a bit geeky, but it's all good fun. So let's bring them up to the camera so we can show you what we've done. So the front row, we're all just sort of standard linesmen. My friend Liam that wanted these doing, he wanted them done in a colour scheme similar to, I think, is it Borussia Dortmund football team. I'm not a football fan, so apologies if I've got that wrong. So this one's just completely standard, so just the yellow armour. Yes, the yellow armour was a pain in the bum to do. It took probably about 4 or 5 coats, but I think it's actually turned out looking really, really nice. So really happy with how these have come out. So hopefully Liam will be as well. That's the first one. Let's put him back down there actually. So second one. Again, no conversion work on this, just a sort of the paint job. So I've done the sponge chipping effect just to make him look like he's a couple of 2 or 3 seasons in, which they are. So there's that one. And the next one, I tried to make them, if I'd used the same pose, I tried to make them look different by the paint job I've done. So this one is different from this one because it's got different coloured knuckle dusters and things like that. So just so it's a little bit more individual on the pitch. So this one is probably one of the first which has been converted. So I've just shaved off the fin on his helmet just to make him look a bit more individual, and then I've reposed that arm, so it's literally just sort of cut it off and trimmed it down, and then filled in the gap at the back with some green stuff or milliput. I can't remember what I used, but something like that. So there is him, and then the final lineman, if I can get it to focus. There we go. So Liam runs his human team slightly differently to me. He takes an extra lineman and 1 less catcher, but that's the way that he does it. So this is the first of the blitzers. Those of you who've seen my team will notice I've done the same conversion, just a simple head swap there, but I think it looks really effective and definitely makes him stand out on the pitch as a blitzer. And then again, same as my same as my own team, just to make him stand out, I've just painted a feather on there. I wanted to make it look like a sort of a raven or something, so I've just put gloss varnish on that feather there. Yeah. And the next one, so I've got loads of these heads lying around because that's the feather that I use on my own Blood Bowl team. So yeah, I just had one of these spare, and I thought I'll do a head swap and just see what it looks like. I think it looks quite good actually. It looks like an older, more grizzled Blood Bowl player. As I said, they're a couple of seasons in, so it kind of makes sense for them to look a bit aged. Now this one here, this one's the first player with a bit of narrative behind him. So you'll notice that he hasn't got any blood on him. He looks a bit battered and his weapon looks rusty. And the reason for that is this guy has never caused a casualty. So he is really unreliable. So Liam said to me, could I actually paint his knuckle duster to look rusty rather than covered in blood like the rest, just to show that he's absolutely rubbish on the pitch. So that's what I've done. So that was just I think it was just really heavily watered down Fire Dragon Bright Orange, I believe. So just sort of, you know, glazed that over a bit, and then just highlighted again with the Stormhost Silver. It gives quite an effective rusty looking weapon. So I'm quite happy with how that's come out. And then the 3 players at the back, these are the ones where I've got sort of most of the conversions with. So I'll bring the catcher up first of all. So this is just sort of a repose in terms of his arm position there. So it's just sort of broke off and built up with a bit of green stuff. And then this arm was cut off and just reposed, and again just sort of gaps filled with green stuff. And then his helmet, all I've done there is I've just got one of the Age of Sigmar Stormhost models, the ones with the wings, I can't remember what they're called. Just put that on there. So Liam asked for funky coloured boots on this. Just sort of left it up to me really to decide what colour I wanted to go with. So I just thought, well, you know, if this is the guy that's scoring all the touchdowns and he's sort of seen as the sort of one of the team's star players, then like in football you see him with their fancy boots. So I thought I'd give him a fancy green boot just to make him stand out. And I think that's come out quite nicely there. Then we have the Ogre. I'm really happy with how this one's come out. I think I've outdone myself really on this one. So this is the standard Blood Bowl Ogre, but it's just a head swap. So this is just one of your normal sort of Age of Sigmar Ogres. So all you need to do is just sort of trim down slightly at the back, and then you just have sort of a gap to fill down here. Anyone could do that. It's probably a good conversion to do as one of your first ones if you're a bit daunted by doing conversions. Do something like that first. It just sort of builds your confidence up that you know how to do it. So yeah, I'm really happy with how his face has come out. Hopefully you can see his eyes. But yeah, I think he's come out really nice. Again, Liam asked for him to look quite old and grizzled, like a Gandalf style grey beard. So that's him. And then the last player now, this is the player that's got all the narrative to him, because this is the player that the team is actually named after. This is Cotan. So Cotan is well, obviously he's a thrower in the team, and I think last season in the league he got the most completed passes or something like that. But then in this playoff game, he did actually suffer an injury, which was quite a bad one. It was a strength bust, but Liam could not stand to sack him because of all the other skills that he's got and just the reputation that he had. So we've kept with him, and Liam asked me if I could, you know, convert him up to make him look a little bit sort of fancy, like a mini sort of star player. So I got the catcher's legs cut off at the waist. Then I've put the thrower's body on. The helmet is just a linesman helmet, which I've shaved off the fin, and then again put on one of these Age of Sigmar Stormcast Eternals. I thought because this player's supposed to be, you know, the main man of the team, I gave him some bling. So where on the other players you'd see some yellow, you know, obviously I've done it gold here. His codpiece is gold. Then I've given him this kind of towel so he can wipe his hands on that before he throws the ball. And again, just gave him some bling around that. And then, because he is the main man, obviously, he's number one of the Cotanesburg Comrades of Cotanesburg, or whatever the team's called. I completely forgot. Sorry, Liam. But yeah, that's him. So again, I'm really happy with how he's come out. So I'm sure I've been keeping Liam abreast of the progress, so he's sort of seen him. So he's well happy with how he's come out so far. I've magnetised all the bases again, so it just snaps on there, and painted the ball so it matches with the same colour scheme that's in his hand. Again, that's just fire bright orange with a wash of sepia over it, and then just sort of left to look a bit dirty. Yeah, so that is Cotan. So hashtag Hail Cotan is what always goes on in our little Facebook group. So yeah, if you want to do any searches, you'll probably see this guy come up. If you put Hail Cotan, hashtag Hail Cotan, you'll see him coming up. So yeah, that's the team. And then, well, lastly, just the tokens. You don't really need to see these, so it's just an easy sort of dark grey, dark silver with a light silver dry brush. Same on the fists, but just a bit of blood for Blood God on those. So there's his tokens for his re-rolls, turns, and all that type of thing. So that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Remember to like, comment and share. It really helps us out, and we'll see you in the next one.